What do these sounds remind you of? That's right. Me personally, these sounds remind me of back home. It reminds me of my people and what they're going through right now and how resilient they're being. So what does the word resilience mean? Overcoming challenges, that's part of it. The textbook definition of the word resilience is the ability to bounce back from difficulties, adapt to changes, and overcome challenges. However, let me tell you about my interpretation of the word resilience. When I think of resilience, I think of my Sudanese people. When I think of patience, perseverance, and faith, all that comes to mind is my people standing strong as war rips through their lives. Let me begin by telling you a little story. Let's go back in time to 2023. I woke up Saturday the 15th of April, heading into another mundane day at university. I was running a bit behind schedule, but nothing out of the ordinary caught my attention. Life was good. The birds were chirping and my friends were going about their lives. I remember the feeling of intense anxiety I had as I was sitting there in my criminal law lecture. I was so anxious about the upcoming finals. Oh, how trivial and insignificant my problems were. Those were the moments before life as we knew it ceased to exist. One moment, my professor was explaining, and the next, smoke rose all over our beautiful city. Bullets started flying, piercing through the air and shattering our futures. Feelings of panic and confusion were at an all-time high as students started running. Tears were streaming down girls' faces, and everyone was confused. We tried to connect with the outer world, but the signal was down. War created so many terrible things in Sudan. Right now, children are dying of hunger in refugee camps. Young children who are supposed to be home with the basic necessities available to them, children who are supposed to be filling their homes with carefree laughter, children who are not supposed to be dying, they're supposed to be playing, living happy lives. When war started, we lost so many things, from the lives that were lost to the most trivial items, such as the photo albums that now lie scattered in our broken homes. We're all filled with this acute feeling of guilt about leaving our country. But what choice did we have? My example of Sudanese people is because prior to the war, we faced so many uncertain circumstances. Living in Sudan was hard, but we stood our grounds, no matter what, until it became about life or death. So in today's world, so many terrible things are happening, from wars all over cities, to the global pandemic that we all faced in 2019, to a more personal crisis, such as academic setbacks, financial instabilities, or the loss of a loved one. We're all going through something terrible, and in that moment, we don't know if we're persevering or not. We don't know if we're standing strong in the face of these adversities or not. But I believe that as long as we're making it day by day and waking up every day thankful, that's enough for now. So I keep on repeating, we must be resilient, we must be resilient. But how do we do that? How do we train ourselves to be resilient? I am going to be mentioning three simple exercises that you can follow to help you be resilient. First, there are purpose exercises. I believe that we all need to wake up every day and find a reason to be, a reason to wake up in the morning. So we all need to look within, take a moment, and ask ourselves, what is my purpose? Another exercise could be doing a goal-directed activity. It could be as simple as going to the gym to clear our minds, or picking up a book, or looking at the news, We, as human beings, we crave this sense of belonging. We all love to live in this sort of community. So knowing that the whole world is going through something traumatic, it fills us with this sense of peace that we're going to survive somehow. Lastly, we must practice deep gratitude. We must count our every blessing. Me personally, if you would have seen me 7 months ago compared to where I'm standing here in front of you today, you wouldn't believe it. But now that I've made it to safety, I am thankful for every sip of cold, clean water that I can get, every meal, a safe place to put my head at night and sleep, the education that I'm receiving. It all makes me be so thankful. So these are some exercises that you can try to follow to be more resilient. And some might consider what I see next as naivete. But as William Shakespeare once said, it is not in the stars to hold our destiny, but in ourselves. I believe that we'll overcome this, we'll persevere, and we'll stomp our way to a brighter future, and we will make our way back home. Thank you. Thank you.